Well, good evening, good evening. What's going on, pro wrestling fans from all around the world of all shapes and sizes? Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I am your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, got another double header review video for you with a focus on WWE. First off, I'm going to give my review of Bash in Berlin. And then I'm going to switch gears to NXT and review NXT No Mercy. So I had two back-to-back PLEs, main roster, and NXT. So going to be going through both of those. Going to start off with Bash in Berlin. So Bash in Berlin took place this past weekend, Saturday, August 31st. This took place at the Uber Arena in Berlin, Germany. And there were five total matches. Couple of titles on the line as well. Actually, there were three out of the five were title matches. So let's go ahead and let's jump right into the review with our first matchup. Alrighty. They started off Bash in Berlin with quite the bang as they went ahead and did the Undisputed WWE Championship match first. As the champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, defended against Kevin Owens. Yeah, of course, they started off with a pre-match handshake, a little sportsmanship. Match was pretty good. Nothing really too crazy. I mean, both these guys went at it fair and square. I know there were a few times in the match where Kevin Owens was a little hesitant as far as going for a apron power bomb, as far as attacking Cody Rhodes' knee. But of course, he ended up doing the attack on his knee anyway, eventually. But main point that I'm making is there were a couple of times where Kevin Owens held back. He held back a little bit. I mean, it doesn't really surprise me that much you have to remember in the first place, he felt like he didn't even deserve this title shot. So, I mean, I can kind of see how him thinking that, how kind of his attitude translated to this match, which, he still did his thing. This was still a decent match, but you could tell that he was holding back. But, both took each other's finishers and was able to kick out at least once. Cody Rhodes, I believe he took 2 stunners, but yet still kept kicking out. But eventually, Cody Rhodes was able to hit one final crossroads on Kevin Owens and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. And Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, still your undisputed WWE champion. And, this was a straight, clean match. No interference or anything like that. Good sign of sportsmanship afterwards. And, yeah, that's really pretty much all I can say about this match. Like I said, nothing too crazy. All right, let's move on to our next match, which was our next title match. All right, let me get a quick sip of Gatorade. All right. We had the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. As the champions, the Unholy Union, made up of Alba, Fyre, and Isla defended the titles against the team of Bianca, Belair, and Jade, Cargill. You know what? I thought this was actually a pretty enjoyable match. I felt like both teams went back and forth. They really got off to a hot start from the jump. And, it was pretty action-packed, Overall, just really back and forth between both of these teams. I felt like both teams looked great. But I was pretty bummed at the finish, but eventually Bianca and Jade got the best of the Unholy Union, and Jade got the pin on Isla Dawn after her and Bianca hit that double team kick into a wheelbarrow suplex. Don't know if they have a name for that double team finisher yet. But after that, Jade pinning Isla Dawn for the 1-2-3. And Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are your now 2-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. So I was kind of bummed that they ended the Unholy Union's reign so early. But I guess looking back on it, I guess them putting the titles on them in the first place was kind of one of those things. Because if I remember correctly, Alba Fyre had lost, it was either her mom or her dad. I can't remember. Somebody refresh my memory. So, ended up winning the tag titles because I believe her family was there for that match. I was just hoping that they would have a longer reign. You know, I really liked the team of Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn. And I believe that was their second. No. I think that was their first tag title reign because they were previously NXT Women's Tag Team Champions back before those got unified. But, yeah, Jade and Bianca are 2-time tag champs now. It's kind of bummed, but hey, it's back in their hands now. Alright, let's move on to the next match. Alrighty. We had the strap match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Now, of course, this is different from a regular match. Both competitors have a strap tied to each of their wrists. And, of course, you incapacitate your opponent, and then you pretty much touch each turnbuckle post in succession, and that's how you win. I'll say this. The match wasn't bad. I mean, can't say that I've seen a whole lot of strap matches. I mean, they're not as common as they used to be at one point, like many, many years ago. But honestly, I keep it real with y'all. I'm just ready for this feud to be over. Like, it just seems to be like the same sneak attack here, sneak attack there. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And honestly, I'm starting to get bored. I'm really starting to get bored. But CM Punk got the victory. So they're even now. I know CM Punk, he got busted open pretty good. But and also the wrist bracelet Drew McIntyre destroyed, although it was a fake one, because I mean, you know, there is a real one that CM Punk still wears. I mean, this is all storyline, so they're not going to just destroy it, if you know what I mean. But Drew McIntyre did all that, but yet CM Punk still wins the match. And I know on Raw, Drew McIntyre pretty much destroyed CM Punk to the point where he had to be put on a stretcher and taken out. And then he got beat up some more by Drew McIntyre. So, I mean, honestly, I'm just getting bored. Like, I'm guessing they're probably going to have the rubber match at Bad Blood. But honestly, I'm just ready for it to be over. Like, it's a feud I'm getting bored. Yeah, I'm just keeping it real. It's getting a little boring. All right. Let's go to our next match. Alrighty, we got ourselves a mixed tag match. We had the Terror Twins of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley taking on the Judgment Day's Dirty Dominik Mysterio and Liv Morgan. This was a pretty action-packed match. Both teams definitely went back and forth. It was very, very intense, very heated, I mean, as expected. But both teams told a really good story in this match. I mean, they annihilated each other. I mean, Dom ended up suffering a busted up eye from this match. And, yeah, like, they just went back and forth. I really liked the double Razor's Edge spot from the Terror Twins. I thought that was really cool. Dom taking quite a lariat from Damian Priest on top of the tables. And, of course, you know, the rest of the Judgment Day had to try to interfere. So, not surprised that happened. But, when it was all said and done, Rhea Ripley put away Liv Morgan with a riptide and then covered her for the 1, 2, 3. Terror Twins are your winners of this match. And, yeah, they definitely look good. Look pretty... look pretty dominant, but I mean, like I said, Liv and Dirty Dom, they got theirs in. They definitely got their share of offense into this match. So, it was a good match. I definitely enjoyed this match. And then the main event of Bash in Berlin came down to the World Heavyweight Championship on the line, as the champion, Gunther, defended against the Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. A good back and forth match between these two. I know the pace kind of slowed down and sped up, just kind of off and on. But I mean, they really, with this being the main event and them rekindling what, from the last match that they had where Randy Orton wasn't fully pinned. Thought this was good. Thought this was really good back and forth. And, it just really showcases how great Randy Orton is and can really work with anybody. And Gunther just definitely continues to grow more and more as a champion with this title. But while it went back and forth and both guys looked awesome, Gunther would eventually finally get the best of the Apex Predator, as he was able to put him to sleep with a sleeper hold with a body scissors as well. And he pretty much passed out. And Gunther, by submission, still your World Heavyweight Champion. So congrats to him. And like I said, Randy Orton put up a great fight, but was not able to best the ring general. So Gunther walks away with a victory in the main event. Overall, pretty decent show. I thought the matches were pretty good overall. Like I said, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, it's just starting to bore me. It's starting to bore me. But pretty decent show. Hope all the folks in Germany got a chance to enjoy this. The crowd was definitely into it, so that was really good to see. All right. Before we switch gears to NXT No Mercy, here's a quick word on the sponsor of this video, Game Beauty. Check it out. As you continue to enjoy content here at Blitzball Champ Gaming, be sure you take a moment to check out Game Beauty. Beauty inspired by gaming. Game Beauty brings to you video game related makeup and cosmetic products. You have products such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, liquid eyeliner pens by Akideris, and even non-makeup products like graphic tees. They even have special collaboration makeup kits, such as this Persona 5 Heat Wave Brush Single, Metaverse Bundle, and even a Phantom Thieves limited edition makeup collection. Also remember that Game Beauty provides international shipping of $60 or more. And if you use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that to your advantage. Now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Enjoy, and thank you. All right, from one WWE PLE to an NXT PLE with No Mercy. So, NXT No Mercy this year took place at the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado on September the 1st. Sunday, September the 1st. We had 6 matches for this show. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right. To start off NXT No Mercy, we had the NXT Tag Team Championships on the line. As the champs, Andre Chase and Ridge Holland of Chase University defended against Nathan Frazer and Axiom. Overall, a very solid match. Definitely went back and forth. Of course, you know, this was a rematch because you got to remember Chase U had dethroned Nathan Frazer and Axiom to win these titles. But here we are in the rematch. Definitely both these teams look really strong, very action-packed, a lot of high flying. So it was definitely a lot of fun to watch. Really could have gone either way. But Nathan Frazer was able to get the pin on Andre Chase after a Spanish fly from Axiom and then followed up by a Phoenix Splash from Nathan Frazer to put him away. And therefore crowning Nathan Frazer and Axiom 2-time NXT Tag Team Champions. So congratulations to them. On a sour note, Ridge Holland ended up turning on Chase U. He pretty much attacked Duke Hudson and Riley Osborne, and then pretty much destroyed Andre Chase and even put him through the announce table with that nasty looking DDT. But yeah, Ridge Holland just implodes and turns on Chase University. So yeah, that happened. So we'll have to see how that storyline goes going forward. Because, you know, Ridge Holland, he's been kind of a ticking time bomb lately, as it seems. So, yeah, we'll see how that storyline evolves. Alrighty. Let's go into the next match. Here we go. All right. Had ourselves a singles match between former best friends Wes Lee and Zachary Wentz, which, by the way, congratulations to Zachary Wentz, who just recently became TNA X Division champion. Anyway, really enjoyable seeing these two go back and forth. Both know each other very well. Both have their great share of striking and high-flying abilities. And, you know, definitely told a good story with this match. And while it seemed like Wes Lee was really getting ready to destroy Zachary Wentz, you know, was going to use a weapon, but Trey Miguel showed up, stopped that from happening, and that was pretty much the turning point. That was pretty much the turning point that helped Zachary Wentz eventually secure the victory. He hit the UFO on Wes Lee and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. Zachary Wentz defeats Wes Lee. The Rascals stand tall, which right now it's Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. And it looks like they are challenging Nathan Frazer and Axiom. They want those tag titles. They want those tag titles. So I'm sure at some point, you know, as this relationship between NXT and TNA continues, they'll have an opportunity to challenge for those tag titles. We shall see. But Zachary Wentz with the victory over Wes Lee, his former MSK tag team partner. Great match. Alrighty. Let's go to the next matchup. How about the ladies? Here we go. Alrighty. We had the NXT Women's North American Championship on the line. As the champion, still in her reign as the first champion, Kelani Jordan defending against Wendy Choo. Good back and forth matchup. I really got to see a much more brutal side of Wendy Choo, of course, you know, which is fitting with her gimmick. But let's also keep in mind that, you know, Wendy Choo has a gymnastic background. She has a gymnastic background as well, so got to see a little bit of that. But this was a good back and forth match. You know, a really good solid face, you know, uber baby face versus uber heel. So definitely was good. The action was great. Looked like for a moment Wendy Choo was going to get a submission victory with that Cobra Clutch, that modified Cobra Clutch. But Kelani Jordan, showing that fighting spirit, was able to bounce back and eventually pick up the victory on Wendy Choo. She hit a 450 splash and then followed up with a split-legged moonsault. Pinned her for the 1-2-3. Kelani Jordan, still your NXT Women's North American Champion. Great match. Afterwards, Tatum Paxley shows up and puts Wendy Choo in a dragon sleeper, makes her pass out. So Tatum Paxley getting a little bit of revenge on Wendy Choo because Wendy Choo attacked her last time, so she got her payback. Alrighty. From one North American Championship match to the other. Alright, we have the NXT North American Championship on the line as the champion, Alba Femi, defended against the Don of NXT, Tony D'Angelo. I gotta say, Tony D'Angelo put up a good fight. I mean, this was a really good showcase of the power from both of these wrestlers. Alba Femi, very powerful, but Tony D'Angelo threw Alba Femi around quite a bit as well. You know, Tony D'Angelo, that's a strong dude. Don't let the size difference fool you. This is a strong dude. But yeah, great showcase of power from both competitors, and it really went back and forth, but ultimately it took two back-to-back power bombs from Alba Femi to Tony D'Angelo to eventually put him away for the 1-2-3. Alba Femi with another successful defense of the NXT North American Championship, still looking strong, and add another defense to his belt. But like I said, don't be surprised if Alba Femi is still champion going into the to the new year 2025. I can totally see it. I can totally see it. All right. Let's keep it going. Next up, we had the NXT Women's Championship on the line. As the champion, the prodigy Roxanne Perez defended against Jada Parker. Overall, pretty decent match. It was really good to really have the opportunity to see Jada Parker compete in a much longer match than what we're used to seeing her. You know, she's usually, teamed up with the group that she was in. I totally forgot the group that she was in. But, OTM. You know, usually see her teamed up there or in a multi-woman match. But it was really good to see her in a pretty extended match, title on the line. I felt she did pretty well. And of course another one where there was a clear size difference. But Roxanne Perez continues to show why she has been a great NXT Women's Champion. Went back and forth, but as both ladies got back into the ring, especially Jada Parker being able to beat the count out, but as soon as she got back into the ring, ran right into a Pop Rocks from Roxanne Perez, who got the pin 1, 2, 3. Another successful defense of the NXT Women's Championship by Roxanne Perez. But right after the victory, she gets her hand raised, and as she's posing on the turnbuckle, the lights go out. You see a bunch of smoke, and all of a sudden, Julia emerges from the entrance ramp. Julia has finally arrived in NXT, and she gets into the ring looking great. You could definitely see the aura around Julia. And she comes face to face with Roxanne Perez, who holds up the title in front of her. Honestly, I really wish this could have been the main event, because I think this would have been a nice way to end the show on. But yeah, Julia has arrived. She showed herself on camera, made her entrance. And yeah, I think this could be what helps begin the setup to Julia eventually getting her shot at Roxanne Perez, which could happen. I think the next PLE for NXT, I believe, is Halloween Havoc, if I remember correctly. So she might get that shot at Halloween Havoc. I don't know. But if anything, I do hope Julia has some matches between now and Halloween Havoc. Because I don't want her to just have, just get fast-tracked to a title shot. No. I still truly believe in earning a title shot. And I think she should still do that. She should earn her title shot. Okay. And the main event. The main event of NXT No Mercy. We had the NXT Championship on the line as the champion, Ethan Page, defended against Joe Hendry. Trick Williams was the special guest referee. I mean, match was alright. Like I said, I would have really liked the Women's Championship match to have been the main event, but I mean, this was alright. This was alright. Pretty much back and forth. I mean, Trick Williams did his thing to call the match down the middle. I know there was a point where he got shoved into from Ethan Page to Joe Hendry. And then they had to have another referee come in for a bit. And then eventually Trick Williams pretty much got back in the ring, stopped a 1, 2, 3 count from that ref. That ref ended up getting decked by Ethan Page inadvertently because Trick Williams ducked out of the way. And while he was distracted, it looked like Joe Hendry was going to take advantage, but Ethan Page hits the low blow and then hits the ego's edge to put away Joe Hendry for the 1, 2, 3. Even though Trick Williams was a little hesitant, was a little reluctant, he made the 3 count. And therefore, Ethan Page, still your NXT champion. And then not too long afterwards, Pete Dunne shows up and attacks Trick Williams. So, yeah. Kind of a sour ending, but pretty decent show overall. The main thing I would have made is the women's championship match. That would have been the main event for me. That's what I would have done. But it is what it is. But yeah, 2 WWE PLEs in the books over this past Labor Day weekend. But yeah, not bad. Not bad. Well, that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty when you get a chance. And let me know what y'all thought of both of these PLEs. What'd you think of Bash in Berlin and NXT No Mercy? And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming, here on the U to the Tube. My name is Jason Ingram. Once again, hope everybody had a happy Labor Day, and I hope everybody has a blessed week. Peace.